Hello, 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 and welcome to my kitchen. I am Lisa Buskey, and this is my kitchen. One thing I enjoy doing is going live and cooking. It's just usually in my VIP Facebook group, Keeping It Real Cooking with Lisa. So if you enjoy watching live cooking demos, head over to Facebook and join my group, Keeping It Real Cooking with Lisa. Um, But today we are on day 2 of our series, our live cooking series here on YouTube of 12 days of hashtag Hope for Heidi Allen. And yesterday I wore one of the Where's Heidi shirts. Today we have one that we made for Christmas in one of the first couple years after Heidi disappeared. So we're digging through and trying to find so I can show some of the different t-shirts that have been around awaiting Heidi's return. Always in our hearts, we love you, awaiting Heidi's return, and then a picture of my sister that my mom liked. So that's the shirt. So today we're doing our second recipe out of the Heidi Allen Cookbook. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right, the Heidi Allen Cookbook. And it is on page 70. And we are making magic fudge. This recipe, I'm excited about all of them. And this one is by my Gram Searles. Here's the fun fact. The gingerbread cookies yesterday were the bomb diggity. So delicious. Jennifer Meek, round of applause for you. These gingerbread cookies, look at it made 14 cookies because I didn't quite measure them. So it was supposed to make 12 and I obviously, whatever. But there's 6 left. Okay. Which I'm glad there's 6 left. Oh no, 7. Sorry, I miscounted. Because my friend Laurel told me about a cookie that her sister-in-law Jane makes. And I'll share that with you after. But first, let's do our magic fudge. Are you ready? So what ingredients are you going to need for magic fudge? 18 ounces of semi-sweet morsels, a can of condensed evaporated milk, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, and here's a bizarre one, half a teaspoon of walnuts. I wish my grandmother was alive to say why a half a teaspoon of walnuts. I don't even understand. Okay, so let's put you down here. All right, so I have more than half a teaspoon of walnuts because I'm not sure what the purpose of half a teaspoon is, right? So I just put them in my snack bag, and I'm just using my my meat chopper to kind of crunch them down a little bit. And this was an Epicure offer, so watch for this December. So I just, put them in there, and I just kind of crushed them. All right. So those are done and ready. So now what I'm going to use, the recipe says heat over low or double boiler, put morsels in milk until smooth, remove from heat, add remaining ingredients, pour into an 8 or 9 inch tin, refrigerate 2 hours till set. Okay. I am only going to use my multi-purpose steamer. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can do this so that you still don't have my head, but I guess, this is where we're at if I want you to see the food. Is that a little better? All right, that's a little better. All right, so I'm going to use my multi-purpose steamer, and our steamer comes with this great trivet on the inside, but we don't need that, so I'm just going to set it over there. I don't need to spray this or anything, which is fabulous because when you're melting chocolate, you usually have to spray your pan. And we're going to use the same pan to cook and melt the fudge, to make the fudge, as we do to put it in the refrigerator and chill for 2 hours. All right. So the recipe said to heat the morsels in the milk. So I've measured out, it said 3 6-ounce packages. And I'm like, all right, chips come in 18-ounce bag or 12-ounce bags. So I don't, we don't have 3 6-ounce. So I did my 12 because 3 times 6 is 18. So 12 and 6 is 18. All right. So I have my morsels in the bottom. I'm going to taste a couple for good measure. They taste like a couple more. All right. And then I'm just going to use my saute spoon to get all that confection, that milk off. And then we're going to pour this in. All right. Now again, remember it said that they used a double boiler, or you stand over the stove continuously stirring. I don't know about you, but I don't. Holidays are busy. Does anybody watching like have time to just stand over the stove and continuously stir? I don't. All right, so I'm just stirring them in. All right, now what I'm going to do, just mixing that in really nice. All right. I'm just going to get off all the chocolate chips. All right. I'm just going to set those in that pan. Now, I'm not going to put the lid on because if I put my lid on my steamer, it's going to create too much steam in there and add liquid. And we do not want to add any liquid to this, all right? So I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to start with 2 minutes because it wants that continuous heat or a double boiler. And since I'm using my multi-purpose steamer, I don't want to, overcook it. Now, does anybody remember yesterday, who did I tell you to be looking for? Have you spotted where the Heidi Ho elf is watching from? If you do, you can put it in the comments. It's just something fun. The kids have elf on the shelf. Why can't we have a Heidi Ho on the shelf? All right? Because this is all about Heidi. So we have a Heidi Ho on the shelf. Taking a peek. We're at 1:19. I just itched my nose, so I'm going to wash my hands again real quick. Tomorrow is Christmas in Mexico if you're local, or even if you're not like super local. And Christmas in Mexico is where our whole town, businesses, churches, the schools have craft and vendors. The businesses all have specials and do fun things. There's sleigh rides and carolers and hot chocolate and the nuts. What are the nuts that you get in New York City? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Brain fart. All right, so that was 1.5 minutes. It looks like they need a stir. So, can you see that? I'm going to give them a stir. All right, and it said that you put it in the double boiler or stirred it continuously until smooth. Guess what, folks? It is smooth in 1.5 minutes in my steamer. All right. So then it said to add in the remaining ingredients, which is 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. And I make my own vanilla, okay, with vanilla beans. So that's the vanilla. And then 1 teaspoon of walnuts, which I did more than 1 teaspoon. If you have a nut allergy, just omit the walnuts, right? Okay. So I'm dumping all my walnuts in, and then I'll wash that. All right, so now I'm going to stir this. And then the recipe says pour into an 8 or 9 inch pan and refrigerate for 2 hours. Guess what? We don't have to pour it into another pan. So this is 1 pan fudge, which just took 1.5 minutes to make, rather than, if you've ever stood over the double boiler or stirring continuously when something is cooking. And we just did that, folks, in 1.5 minutes. Actually, not even. It was 1 minute and 23 seconds. And our chocolate was the perfect smooth consistency. It tastes delicious. And then what I'm going to do is take my corner spatula and I'm just going to get all of that chocolate down off the sides. All right, from where I stirred, because we do not want to waste chocolate, right? Anybody else agree? All right. The fourth side. When is the last time you made fudge, one pan, in 1 minute and 23 seconds? All right. So I'm going to push that down. I'm just going to put some little designs in my fudge and left nothing stuck to my corner spatula, so I don't even have it to lick. Bada bing, bada boom, our fudge is done. I am going to put a lid on it to put it in the refrigerator, and I will put that in directly. What I want to show you next is, thanks to Laurel Von Holtz, which is thanks to her sister-in-law Jane, is how to take those ginger snaps we made yesterday and step them up a level. Okay. Can't quite open a bag yet, but I can use the can opener, so I've made progress. And if you're watching from Warner's Physical Therapy, you guys are amazing. You're all rock stars. Giving you a shout out because I heard from a little bird that you were watching. All right, so I'm just going to do 1 minute. All right. And I'm going to need my cooling rack. And I'm going to grab one of my quarter sheet pans and the liner because it's easier to clean than the sheet pan. All right. Now watch. This is my Epicure quarter sheet pan and the silicone liner. And this is one of our cooling racks. The sheet pan comes in a set of 2. The liner comes in a set of 2. The rack comes in a set of 2. All right, so I've just set it up. So when I drip the chocolate, it's actually going to drip onto that silicone. So there will be no waste because when it cools, I will be able to just pop it off of the silicone and eat the white chocolate. All right, I did 1 minute. Let's see. Let's see how that is. I gotta move back a little, right? All right, let me get one of my silicone tools. Not quite. I think it needs just a little oil. Just a little. I always use oil just a little bit when I'm melting my chocolate. All right. I'm going to try that again. It's almost there. I think I need like 32 seconds. I think the 1 minute and 23 or 1 minute and 20, minute and a half is going to be the magic number. So while that's cooking, I am going to open up the gingerbread. I'm going to put away my oil and my vanilla. All right. Oh, that looks much better. All right. Not quite for what I want to do. And when you see what I'm doing, you're going to be like, what? All right. It's going to be fun. I promise you. You're going to be like, tell me more. First magic fun, and now this. All right. So magic fudge, not magic fun. Well, it is kind of fun. All right. Yummo, yummo. All right, we're at 14 minutes. We're almost done. Isn't it kind of funny that a recipe that took 1.5 minutes to cook and make, that you're sitting here watching for 15? Now, if I would have melted this enough, what you do is you dip half of the gingerbread. It isn't quite, so I'm going to frost half of it because I didn't quite melt it enough. On half of this ginger snap, and nobody else in my family eats this. They don't like the ginger snaps, and they don't really like white chocolate, so this is definitely a win. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to the top of these. All right, so I'm just putting it on the top. So my friend Laurel, her sister-in-law Jane, if you're watching, I'm going to try to tag you on Facebook when I post this and in the blog. But if it doesn't go through, I'm sure Laurel will. So this is all Jane's thing. She dips them. I'm frosting mine because, well, I'm impatient, I guess. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. I got a little left. I'm going to have to dip some pretzels in here when we're done. All right. So now what I'm going to do is take our new churro popcorn seasoning, which is like a chocolatey cinnamon deliciousness, and sprinkle it on top. And bada bing, bada boom. What do you think? So I just brought my ginger snaps up to a whole new level. And my friend Laurel has never led me astray with baked goods. So I want to thank you for watching. And the next live will be on Monday. And that one's going to be right around 6 o'clock. Okay. So it is 12 days of hope for Heidi Allen. Live cooking demos, 12 days during the week. It's the weekdays. And a blog on weekdays at 7:42 a.m. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate all of you. Be sure to subscribe so that you get notified when I go live, and share with your friends and family. Have a great day, and Merry Christmas.